My name is David Nobay, and I'm the creative chairman of Droga5 here in Sydney. And Darren's asked me to talk about the pitch process. We've just been through quite a long pitch process on craft, so it's all kind of fresh in my mind. Look, I think from any creative agency's point of view, just the idea of pitching is really a difficult one to get your head around, because the business has become sufficiently complicated in terms of the moving parts that make up, marketing these days, that everything we do and our entire approach at D5 is all about collaboration. It's not about pulling rabbits out of hats, and to a large extent pitches are about pulling rabbits out of hats. So it's a totally false situation, because you're trying to convince yourself and the client that you guys can work really well together, but a lot of the time the process doesn't allow you to work together. So one of the things that actually for me was quite refreshing on this on the pitch we just did with the guys at P3 is it wasn't about pulling rabbits out of hats. It was actually about kind of just step by step, just getting to know whether we liked each other first of all, whether we could just share a sense of humour, share a point of view on the business, and then started to dig into how we would interact and how we'd work together. And it was amazing, because pretty soon I think we both started feeling some really serious chemistry. And for me, that's always the biggest problem with pitches, is you walk out going, I have no idea whether they liked us, hated us, which is a kind of crazy situation. But we actually, through the sort of protracted kind of stages, we actually were never in that situation. We'd walk away saying, I think that went really well, or I think we need to amp up this side of the conversation, but we were never kind of unclear about where we were. Especially for a fairly small agency like us, that's important, because we put there's a lot of physical investment for us going into a pitch, so it's not something we do lightly. So given that Darren named his company after a car park level, I was actually quite impressed by the whole process.